are working with a major telco to develop a mobile payment platform that will support intra-regional payments and intra-regional trade. We will focus on the financing of the import of investment goods. We will use instruments like forfeiting, deferred payment letters of credit, and similar instruments to support the import of investment goods. Another related area for this is our objective to promote the emergence of export trading companies.
But in terms of your financing capabilities, now the bank's shareholder funds are about $1.2 billion, not enough for the type of intervention you're targeting. How do you plan to grow your capital base?
We also have approached some new shareholders to join the bank, and we made tremendous progress there. Some of the new shareholders include some African pension funds. We're also trying to create a kind of a political risk fund that we believe will qualify again as Tier 1 capital. On the other part of the liability, on the debt side, we are also pursuing what we call the Africa Direct Investment. We launched a central bank deposit program, which our Treasury Department is working very hard on, and we are beginning to see progress there.
Now, economies across the continent are currently facing tough times. Now, what are the bank's plans to help in terms of providing emergency finance to economies that need it?
Yes, we are in discussions with a number of central banks. But in one particular, we are almost there with what we call a counter-cyclical trade liquidity facility. We are trying to work with those central banks to make it easier for the commercial banks they regulate to meet on their letters of credit, some of which are falling due now. It will help them to clear the backlog, and as they make reforms on the policies to manage domestic demand, which will help reduce imports.
Now, what role is the bank going to play in terms of reducing the number of trade barriers on the continent? And how soon do you see us seeing a continental free area? How soon do you see ECOWAS working more closely with COMESA, SADC, and the East African community?
Even the $180 billion we're talking about today excludes $90 to $100 billion in informal trade going on, which we are hoping to deal with through the mobile payment platform I earlier alluded to. So as I look forward, especially if all the efforts on the political side, the mobile payment we talked about, which could bring the informal to the formal, the realities of today, where countries are beginning again to see that they must diversify. If I take all this into account, I see in the next 5 years intra-regional trade hitting about 20%